The extent to which the narrative says private sector must step in where governments have failed,
Yeah.
is there merit in that?
Well, I come at it more sort of mathematical. If you said, what is the definition of long term? You'd say the SDGs, the world's 197 countries or 195 said this is what sustainable development means. It's like we don't have to go find a definition. They said it, right? It's very few countries weren't on it. So you sort of look at that. And you say, okay, I got that. Then you say, what's the cost of putting those in and making the progress that's required? $6 trillion a year, they say. Okay, where's that going to come from? That goes back to the charity, $1.25 trillion a year. It's doing a lot of other things which are pretty important, but okay, that doesn't make it. The governments don't have the money. And so then the private sector is going to have to step in. And so we and other financial institutions have similar demand cycles driven by clients doing stuff to make progress on the SDGs. And that's where the money really comes from. Is it stepping in where government is? No, because government can trigger activities because those then create markets around. That allows the private sector to go. And then you need some purchasing. Government purchasing power is a strong purchase power, right? If they buy hydrogen trucks for the post office or electric, that changes the ability of the private sector to come in and have a supply chain into that. So I would never say, we're replacing the governments. What we're doing is a practical thing that the governments only have the money the taxpayers give them, and by the way, that's fully deployed, but they can help us, but the big dollars come from the trillions of dollars in on our balance sheet to lend. Our expense base, our $60 billion a year expense base, we aim it a little differently, it changes the course of history. That's where the real money's going to come from.
So they can help create the conditions for the
Yeah,
private sector to
exactly.
step in and power the transition. Okay.